In this video, we're going to take a closer look at menus. Now, if you've already watched the video on posts and pages, there is information there about menus on how to add. In this video, we're going to look at menus. Now, if you've already watched videos on posting and how to add pages, there is information there on menus. But I wanted to do just a really quick video focusing strictly in on menus. Menus are those things on your website that allow you to navigate. For example, this is a navigational menu. And if you look at my other websites, all of these were done by on WordPress, menus. Menus are the links that your users will use to navigate your site. It's very important that your menus be very clear, very concise, and not cluttered. By that, I mean you don't want menus that just get out of hand and you've got a link to everything on the site. When you set up a menu, especially a top navigational menu, you only want the top end links to navigate your website. Now, I will show you how to do sublinks, where when you click on something, for example, on this page, when you click, you get a drop-down menu. These are called sub-menu items, but for top-level navigation, that means the navigation at the top of your screen, you don't want a ton of links because it will get out of hand quickly. So before you start creating menus, ask yourself, what do I want up at the top? What are those top-level pages that I want my users to click to and get to quickly? And then under those top-level pages, what are the secondary pages if I want secondary pages? All right, so let's look at the menu. If you go under Appearance, Menus, now my top menu has quite a number of items in it because I've been building this website throughout this course. But you're going to see when you go to the menu page, you'll see your main menu. Now I called mine Top. You can name it whatever you like. I name it Top because the menu is at the top of the screen. And when you create a menu, very simply, all you do is look over here under Pages or Posts. And again, I've got membership things set up in here that you don't have to worry about. Just ignore those for now. Primarily what you are going to add to menus are going to be pages or custom links. Now here's the reason why. Remember the difference between posts and pages? Posts are those items that you post to the website, like a daily update or a video or what have you. Pages are static, meaning they stay on the site, they don't go away, they're not updated regularly, they are just static pages on the site. And that's typically going to be your top navigational structures. For example, like your home page, of course, About page, Custom Services, Resources, Contact. I'll also be adding a Access the Free Course menu here and other things. But keep in mind, you only want your top level items there. So typically those are going to be pages that you have set up, and you can see all of these are pages that I have set up here in the site. And again, a lot of them have to do with the course that you're watching now. My menus are going to be a little more complex than yours. Just to do a basic menu, you might have Home, About, Products or Services, Resources, and Contact. So very simply, to add something to the menu, you click on it. And let me find one that I don't have on here. You click. Tell you what, I'm going to just take this off. I'm going to show you how easy this is. I'm going to remove the custom services that I already have. And you'll see if I save that, go back over to my blog and click refresh, the custom services link is gone. All right. So if I want to add that back to my menu, I go find it under my pages. I click. And I click Add to Menu. Now, by default, all menu items are added at the bottom. And again, my menu is quite extensive. Just concentrate on the top there. So here's Custom Services. I just added. I don't want it at the bottom. I want it at the top. Now, I could just grab it and drag it where I want. But because I have so many menu items above, I am just going to simply move it to the top. And then I'm going to just hold down my mouse, grab it, and I'm going to put it after About. Now, right now you can see that the menu item is not on the site, but if I click Save Menu, and I go back to the site and refresh the page, Custom Services is right there. Menus are very easy to administer. It pretty much is just add what you want and then drag and drop. Again, if I wanted to move custom services above about, and sometimes you see how that little dotted line, it tells you where they're going to go. For example, that's the top level. If I wanted to put custom services under about, all I have to do is drag it and move it over. Click Save Menu. And now when I go back to my website, custom services is going to be under about. Let me show you how that looks. See, when I mouse over about, there's custom services. Another thing to keep in mind is because of the style sheet associated with our theme, top navigational links are automatically capitalized. Sublinks are sentence structure. So just keep that in mind. If it's driving you crazy that you can't make these small letters, it's because the style sheet is forcing uppercase. So let's go back. And now I don't want custom services under about. I want it to be its own top level domain or menu item. I grab it and I simply move it over. And you can see the dots will tell you where it goes. You can do multiple nested menu links. If I wanted custom services under about and then resources under custom services, I could do that as well. Simply grab and move them over. All right, now if I want to move them back out, I grab, move them back over. Okay, so primarily, again, you're going to be adding page links to your structured menu. You can also add custom links. Let's say that you want to add a link to the top of the menu, but it's going to another website. Here's how you do that. I'm going to put up a link to my website, and I'm going to give it link text. This is the text that appears in the menu, and this is the URL that it will go to. Click Add Menu. Now remember, it's going to be added at the bottom. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there for now because I'm just doing it to show you. Save Menu. When I go back over, I update. You are going to see a link to Tim Knox, and when I click on that, it takes me to the timknox.com website. So that's how you will do custom links. You can also use custom links to go to pages in your website or to particular posts. Whatever URL you stick in there, that's where it's going to go. All right, let me remove it. The other thing to think about is, or that you should know, is down here in menu settings. This is where you say, okay, I want pages automatically added. I discourage you from doing that because what happens is anytime you add a new page, it will automatically be listed in your menu. You may not want every page listed in the menu, so always make sure that's unchecked. And in your theme location, always, if you're doing the top level menu, make it a navigation menu. Click and put that up here, because you can build menus in other areas of the website, but whatever your main navigational menu is going to be, make sure you have that checked. Okay, so really quickly an overview, very easy to administer your menus. Just basically, do I want pages? Do I want posts? Do I want a custom link? I'm going to add it. I'm going to move it where I want. And one other thing really quickly you can do that I think is very cool is you can see this home is actually a custom link that I added. And it basically just takes me to my home page. And you can see where it says navigation label. Right now it says home. If I wanted to change that to home page, I simply type it here. Keep in mind the navigation label does not have to be what the link is. It can be whatever you want it to be. So I'm going to just do home page, save the menu. And when I refresh, home is going to say home page. Okay, so keep that in mind. You can call whatever you want. If you, by default, it's going to be the name of the page, the title of the page, but you can change that. I'm going to go back and I'm going to just call that home, save my menu, and when I go back out, you're going to see that the menu item has been changed back to home. Now let's look at manage locations. Depending on the theme that you have installed, you may have multiple menu locations available. You may have a navigational menu at the top. You may have other menus down the side. You may have other menus at the bottom. The theme that we use supports one menu. All right, so that's why you see there's only one menu listed. If you use a theme that supports multiple menus, you can go in and assign a menu to each location. For example, there might be a social media menu. There might be a footer menu. You just go in and say, I want this menu assigned to this location. So again, play with it. See what your theme has. We use the Suits theme for all of our blogs and sites simply because it is so easy to use, and we only need the one menu at the top. All right, so that is going to do it for this tutorial on menus. As always, if you have any questions, you can click on the help button at the top of the page or go to wordpress.com for more information.